negosyo o kalayaan, bayan o sarili, pumili ka!
Mabuhay or in Kapampangan, nuwid kayo. On October 29, 1866, an Ilocano boy named Antonio Luna de San Pedro y Novicio Ancheta was born in the city of Manila. And from that day forward, he would live one of the most fascinating lives of any Filipinos in history. It was a life that was featured in the box office hit Heneral Luna. And today, many in the younger generation could easily recognize Antonio Luna because of this successful movie. His image, as played by the actor John Arcilla, has been the subject of many viral internet memes. Memes that are often critical of the current events and issues in the Philippines today. But what exactly do we know about Heneral Antonio Luna beyond this movie portrayal? Let's learn more. At number 1, Antonio was Ilocano, but he grew up in the city of Manila. He was the youngest of 7 children of Joaquin Luna de San Pedro y Posadas and Laureana Novicio y Ancheta. The Luna family were privileged in many ways. They were one of the few Filipino families who were able to send most of their children abroad for higher education. In fact, along with all of his brothers, the young Antonio Luna was sent by his parents to study in Spain. The young Antonito was sent to study pharmacy. At number 2, Antonio was not the only famous Luna. The Luna brothers would later become some of the most distinguished in the Philippines for their many accomplishments. Manuel, a renowned violinist, Joaquin, a well-respected surgeon, and Juan, a political activist, the most celebrated Filipino painter in history. Juan, after all, won the top prize at the 1884 Exposición Nacional de Bellas Artes in Madrid, a gold prize for his masterpiece, the Spolarium, a huge painting symbolizing colonial atrocities in the Philippines. Today, both Juan and Antonio are remembered and recognized for their heroic contributions during the revolution against Spain and the war against the United States. But actually, before the movie Heneral Luna, Juan was perhaps the most popular among the Luna brothers. At number 3, just like his older brothers, Antonio discovered new life in both Spain and Paris, while at the same time remaining true to his Filipino roots. He became an athlete, an expert chemist, a propagandist, a doctor, a poet, a songwriter, and was even known to have dueled with Spanish writers who insulted Filipinos in their writings. At number 4, when the Filipino Revolution against Spain broke out in 1896, it was no surprise to anyone who knew Antonio that he would want to be part of it. He returned to Manila after spending time in Europe, but because of his connections to the propaganda movement and notable political figures in Spain, Luna was charged with illegal association and he was deported back to Spain in 1897. During his return to Europe, Luna spent time in Madrid, Germany, and Belgium. He went to all these places to learn military strategy, including fortifications, tactics, and guerrilla warfare. At number 5, after his first battle in Manila in 1898, Luna, who was famous for his sharpshooting skills and military genius, quickly climbed up the ranks. He was eventually named Director of the War and Supreme Commander of the Philippine Army. Throughout the beginning stages of the Philippine-American War, Luna advised the Filipino leadership under Emilio Aguinaldo to launch surprise attacks against the American forces before any reinforcements could arrive. But his opinions were met with animosity and were practically ignored, eventually leading to the downfall of the First Philippine Republic. At number 6, Antonio Luna became a journalist in the middle of a revolution and war. He felt that Filipino hearts were stout, impregnable fortresses of courage and fortitude, but their minds needed to be strengthened with the ideas of nationhood and the need to fight a new imperialist enemy. Because of this, he created La Independencia, a 4-page daily newspaper that was published across the Philippines. The goal was to create unification amongst the Filipino people during this tumultuous time. At number 7, Antonio Luna's volatile temper eventually became a huge problem for Aguinaldo's leadership. While many in Aguinaldo's cabinet felt like it was time to make a deal with the Americans and give up on Filipino independence, Luna strongly disagreed. He was quoted saying, "To compromise with the enemy is to have a new era of slavery and suffering." And at number 8, Antonio Luna was brutally murdered not by his foreign enemies but by his own fellow Filipinos. On June 4, 1899, Luna received a telegram ordering him to meet with then-President Emilio Aguinaldo in Cabanatuan. But when Luna arrived, Aguinaldo was nowhere to be found. And after a heated exchange with Felipe Buencamino, Luna was ambushed. He was stabbed and shot by a group of assassins, disgruntled soldiers whom Luna had previously dismissed from the army. And even after over 30 stabs and gunshot wounds, Luna was able to fight back and attempt an escape. While finally succumbing to his injuries, his final words were, "Cowards, assassins." He was murdered in broad daylight, brutally slaughtered in a church patio, while Emilio Aguinaldo's own mother was watching from a window above. She was quoted saying, "Nagalaw pa ba yan? Is he still moving? Is he still alive?" Luna played an integral role in the Philippine-American War, so much so that after his death, an American general was quoted saying the Filipinos had only one general and they had killed him, respectfully admiring Luna for his acumen and accomplishments. Antonio Luna's assassination was a tragedy, not just for the Luna family or his followers, but for the entire country. In his time, Luna was one of the most brilliant generals, not just in the Philippines, but around the world. Many believe that his scientific approach to war and his wholehearted dedication to the liberation of his people could have saved the islands from the genocide and the cruelties of American imperialism if he was only given a chance to live long enough to see his master plan, aka the Luna Defense Line, completed. But sadly, power-hungry egos were hurt, and so-called leaders were more vengeful than patriotic. They would rather orchestrate the gruesome murder of a brilliant man out of hate and spite, rather than setting aside their petty differences and setting aside their selfish interests for the good of the motherland and in the service of the people. And that is it for me today. If you want to learn more about the Philippine-American War, check out the links below to get a copy of my new book, Black Lives and Brown Freedom: Untold Histories of War, Solidarity, and Genocide. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to help me make more videos like this, show your support and please be my patron. Dakal pong salamat. See you next time, or in Tagalog, kita kits, and in Kapampangan, mi kitix.